You're going around telling people the earth is flat and you're not addressing them, starting with this question on this image. That must be a train wreck every time. Because I started the flat earth, I'm the one who started it, and even I, still to this day, don't go and debate people unless I have this shirt on. Because it gaslights their position the whole way, the whole time through the debate. Because it comes down to this. This is all they got. This is all they got. From the television program, broadcasting system, like broadcasting system, that's what they got. This is it. Earth is a ball. Sure, they got thousands, millions of people, years even, Darwinism, universities, academics, TV show, sci-fi. But this is it. And then you got to believe that this is a photo. And you got to believe somebody who's telling you they were up high enough. Trust me, I took this photo. Who was it anyways who took this photo? Do you know who took it? And what was that camera like? Oh, whatever. So, and then that's it. But do you have enough room for all of Russia and Canada and the Pacific and the Atlantic if Africa's taking up a little more than 2/3 of half the ball? Because this is half the ball. Of course, on a flat shirt. It's always on a flat surface, your ball. You make the ball in your head. See, you got to invest a lot for this to be your reality. Well, first off, you got to say that's the earth. So you've got to invest in believing a point of view you've never had, but you've seen images of the point of view. So slowly you get like full of yourself on this idea, and you start to think you actually saw the earth, and that's the earth. But that's called brainwash, because you've never seen this point of view. Checkmate. Sorry. So first you got to believe that you got to believe somebody was up in space and had a camera and got a shot of it. And it's delivered to you on a shirt that's flat or on a piece of paper that's a poster that's flat. And then you got to do extra work. Not only do you have to believe somebody went up, took a shot of the camera, and that's a real shape of our world, but you now are presented it flat, and you still got to do an extra investment, extra last little push of work, and you spherize it. You spherize it in your brain. A lot of people think I'm crazy, right? That's the worst part, because they're so disturbed that I'm calling this out like that. And the reason why I'm at this level of the game, I mean, for something to be real, like you've got a lot of belief gates that you have to open and go through. You do realize that you do not have this point of view? Yes. You still want to go through? Yes. Okay. So the earth is a ball. You do realize that you've never had this point of view? What do you mean? Well, you've never seen the earth from space. Do you admit that? You've never seen the earth this high up into the outer space to see the full ball? No, I have not. Okay, then, so how do you know that this is it? You believe that this is the earth from that point of view? Yes. Okay, you may enter the first gate. So then you go through the first gate. And there's somebody else who's like, hi, I'm the one who took that picture. I work for the U.S. military. Photo or painting. And then you got to go, you got to believe me, I'm the one who took the photo. Do you believe me that I took a photo and that's a photo? And then the person's like, second gate, yes, I believe you, mister. Okay, you go through this. 2 beliefs you have to do, because you've never had that point of view. You're still going through. And then the third gate is like, you do admit this image of a circle that you've never seen is 2-dimensional. It's flat. This is flat. You do realize that? You've never actually seen it. Even spherical, except as a cartoon toy in kindergarten and school. Yes, I admit that. Okay, that's the third belief. Okay, you may go through. You've had to do 3 beliefs in order to know this reality. So now you go through. And then, final person is like, so, photo or painting? And then you go, you've gone through all your gates of belief. You've invested and admitted that you've had to do 3 beliefs. You have 3 beliefs to know this. So it's not so much a fact, fact, but a belief system. Because you've had to employ belief 3 times for this to be real in your head. Because it's not real in your head with your senses or your experience. Like me right now, in this camera, and I got a camera in front of me, and I can see on that lens how it's recording me. That's fucking real. I'm here, I'm on, I see myself, it's in real time. Yeah, it's like sound, speed of sound, processing delay, whatever. But that's real. And I can touch the camera. And you can come meet me and I can meet you. And you can tell me, well, Matthew, you never seen a palm tree until you go see it. Well, I can go visit it. This I can't visit. I can't access this. I always have to bow to someone who says, I saw that. Believe me. And I don't like that. Especially when you don't let me walk across Antarctica completely. To the other coast. Not to the pole. And then back the way I came in. With my rich friends. That are all working for the UN. Or their faces on money. Or know the people. You know, so fuck that shit. Where you're gonna call me crazy. And the problem here is that I'm advanced at this level of psychology, psycho-spiritual psychology, because I started the simulation. I started the curriculum, the flat earth. There's a lot of guys out there that want to kind of act like they did, or they're experts, and they try to push me out, which would be the game of a government operation, would be to come in and control this. Guy's taking out our model of reality. He's a painter. And then the final level is you bow to this being a photo. And it wasn't. I painted it. And many others like me. Is that dangerous? That's your problem. I'm a dangerous person for thinking? That's your problem, because you didn't think about it. And it's your problem if you want to say you started the flat earth, because you didn't. I started the flat earth online. You could look at all my video dates. Does it piss you off? And I'll tell you why it pisses you off. Because if I realized that the entire world was being intellectually intimidated by the word stupid and idiot, if you even thought the earth was flat after we told you it wasn't, was really just a strategy to hide the fact it's flat, then that would make me the smartest man ever. And that's what's aggravating some people. If it is flat, and we didn't see it, and it was just a simple little bullying technique where they called you an idiot, we used to think that, but we don't think that way anymore. Well, I'd like to put up the eras that thought the earth was flat up against today. And the world we live in today, and match up which culture was brighter and better. Of course, minus the slavery and the sex trafficking and the cannibalism and the if this was all going on, like we're told there was always a ball and we went to the moon. Here's the photo. Okay. Which one built the Taj Mahal? Which one built Rome? Which one still has a civilization still standing? The old. Our shit falls apart in fucking 20 years. We're doing chipboard condos in the rain. We got mushrooms coming through with black mold within 15 years of living in the place. The carpet glue's giving everybody cancer. You can't figure out how to go back to the moon since 1969. Never heard that before. The more we go, now technology's getting worse as we move to the future. We're getting dumber with motor skills. We're getting dumber with our ability to fly as we go further into the future. It's like maybe we could build a time machine at some point in the future, and we could use that. The only way we're going to be able to go to the moon now is maybe in the future if we finally solve time travel. Then we can go back in time to 1969 and grab the blueprints of the rockets so we can go back to the moon in 2025. But in the end, Mars happens on this fucking thing. So if you're going out and you're debating people without this shirt, I shudder to think of that train wreck. It's like a slow car wreck. I started this and I don't even go out without wearing this. This is how the debate starts, and this is how the debate comes to a standstill if they don't see your facts. Because it's the artifact. This is an artifact. I have created this artifact, and that's all it is. It's an art of a fact. But is an artifact real? Or is it just this nostalgic sort of meaning in something created by man? Is it really the mechanics of the universe, an artifact? Yeah. One day, may not, back in the day when we thought the Earth was a spinning ball, spinning globe, we called it. Oh, look at this artifact of how we thought. Doesn't mean it was right, because it's an artifact. But there was a lot of meaning in that little object or that trinket, and a lot of use or system came out of that trinket. So when we find it in the rubble, in the dirt, we call it an artifact. The artifact, the petrification of the truth of a people in an era. And so I study artifacts. I study the artifact all the time, especially this sort of stylistic embellishment to sell it as true reality. So these are the things they got to go through for this to even become spherical in their head on a flat shirt. So they're making the sphere, and they don't realize there's not enough room for Russia, Canada, and the Atlantic and the Pacific if it is around Earth ball. Going to fight with my revolution, re-evolution, simulation, where I'm stress testing the legitimacy of how much you know your reality, or are you just following what your reality is told through a television box system, transmission, broadcast through the airwaves into your mind, into your state of mind, formation, forming you from within, informing from the television program, broadcast system. Communication of this about all that. There's two realities going on here. There's the reality they try to engineer and make you think is the reality of the thing that's reality. But your reality is not defined by something on a flat two-dimensional screen that's in the hands of the few. Control the means of transmitting whatever they transmit. And then they've marketed it, and you sit down and you watch the football game. They give you what's going on, and then you panic, and you move money around. You make decisions based off your panic or excitement. It's all about that. Shock. And then you do this. Shock economy. Shockonomics. So, yes, lots of words come out, and then you'll see them always a posterior. Kind of like the flat earth revelation. Y'all came in after. And that's where it pisses a lot of people off. Because if it's not a ball, and it was and is flat, and Matt unleashed it this way, so simply, that would mean he's the smartest man ever. No. I'm not the smartest man. It's just that people have gotten really stupid. And you've fallen for these sort of like pop cultural intelligence people. That the television of what smart is. And you went towards that. This is the end of an empire. It's crumbling. They're gonna throw a pedophile ring at you to munch on and freak out about before you look at the flat Earth. You know? And the only way to try to take this out is like, well, you can't call me a Muslim extremist or a terrorist because I'm white and I got, blue eyes and I got blonde hair. So what's the next closest thing to paint a white, blonde-haired man with blue eyes as? How would the establishment take me out of the same revolution I started? Send somebody in who's kind of got the same looks, and he's a Nazi. And he blames the Jews. Oh, you could look at my video, image control, flat Earth. Once again, I'm addressing the perpetrator, the plant that was sent into my work to buddy up to me, and repackage it into a book. Used me to legitimize his book so that he could slowly move his way towards fusing this with something radical, So it will look crazy. So when it does hit the mainstream, they will address the crazy layer on the crazy, and not the actual crazy reality that your brain makes this into a sphere. It's always presented flat. You've never had this point of view. How would you know it's a photo or painting? Photo? Sorry, bud. I painted it. And this is how it started. Look it up. And you could call me a narcissist because I started it, or I'm rubbing in your face that I started it. This is me going, Uncle, mercy to you. You must bend. You must admit the timeline. From September 11th, 2001, at 9 a.m. and 11 minutes in the morning, the simulation started. A stress test simulation was released by the art of intelligence, AI. Let's see if your world's even a ball, and let's see how all of you even know how to defend it. Breakdown, complete failure. And I'm conducting a simulation. So the rest of you can play the stereotype and look like a bunch of stupid Bible freaks that think the earth is an enclosed snow globe dome with a flat disc in it, and continue to spout belief, which is what got us in the mess with the globe. All these beliefs, which lead to nation beliefs and hatred beliefs, and the human race now becomes just that. A race to see which human's gonna win. Booby trap from the start, called it a race. Race war, better run. It's the worst kind. And that's divide and conquer, because we're all waking up. And I knew they would pull these kind of like rumors of war triggers to freak everybody out. And I would call it, because whatever scenario they have on the table to pull the plug, where they'd be just like flood all of Northern California, and East Coast Ashkenazi real estate mob under the Kushner Empire comes in and grabs all the properties because nobody took out flood insurance because it was a drought the last 5 years. Somebody knows that, and they're out there blowing up the sand in front of the Oroville Dam now, and Trinity and the other dams are all to the capacity, and it's going to get pretty wet soon. And somebody knows they don't have flood insurance in the north of California because there was a drought. And now these real estate hawks and mafia are in the White House, and they're playing this theater with the leader of California. Well, we're not giving you any support if you still have like freedom-loving people who we're letting immigrants come into the country like your wife, or people who started this country from Europe. So, in the end, this is a place where people work and build community and provide a beacon of standard hope and like possibilities for the rest of the world. That's what it was supposed to be, because the rest was run by mafia. Hope that's not what happened now to the US. So if you're going to debate and you don't start with this, that must be painful. Why are you making it so painful? I started this and I don't even like go to a gunfight, waiting to do a hand-to-hand takedown. I mean, you're going to a gunfight. You're going to a machine gun fight with like a spoon. You're not making any sense here. Make your life easy. Get this image. Go with the actual image from NASA. If you want to support me, I mean, this is it. This is what I'm doing. Look, folks, a lot of people, I know like I'm really cocky and stuff, but I'm going to be really honest with you. This was the only way to stop them from their like real meat machine where nothing was going to stop them enslaving you. And I figured it out, and I'm lucky. I was blessed by God. But God is not the Bible. You have to start understanding. They've manipulated and twisted every other piece of history here, and you think the books, whatever. I'm not saying that there's not good stuff in the Bible, but we're beyond the Bible right now. We're in a serious situation where our very sexuality as a species, as this fantastic, orgasmic tool to reproduce humanity, is under threat by a covert geoengineering, toxification, sterilization program. And we gotta like wake up, okay? So we gotta stop fucking around here and going, I don't know if that's a trail out of the plane. Like it's time, you know. If it's not a ball or not flat, this is pushing the envelope because they brought it up with their climate change fucking, if you don't believe it. You know, get us some footage of the Earth full ball so we can look at the weather. If it's getting that bad, we need to see this. You got like instruments up there and you do not have 24-hour surveillance full ball every second where we can all look at it and then be together as a one human race or one human family. I find that completely like the biggest tragedy of science. I think it's a disgrace in science. The fact that you have camera technology and you send equipment up there for trillions of dollars and you have it pointing the other way. And then you're telling me it's getting bad in the weather and I see your planes. So I'm going to push something out of here. Either it's flat or you're not showing because you don't want to show how your spraying is. But it's very, very sinister. And I think it's both, to be honest with you. Right? And you were using the chemtrails to hide celestial phenomena. That might raise an eyebrow. Well, that doesn't work on the heliocentric model. Another celestial body in the sky, low in the horizon at sunset and sunrise. It's there, folks. It's coming through. Call it the second sun coming, whatever you want to call it. But it's the Son of God, either way, be it a man or the light. So, and there's light. It's called the sun. It's what gives you life. So, and they're trying to cut you off from it. If it wasn't through ozone and, sunblock that gave everybody cancer, now they're just making clouds. And it's making you cough. And you think it's pollen. But there's no pine trees in Vegas. I mean, connect the dots here. So, I mean, you want to go out and buy silver and gold because you want to go out and get stock up on InfoWars, food cans and like supplements. That guy doesn't look like he's getting any healthier off of the shit he sells. Look at me. You ask yourself, out of all the people that are telling you the truth, right? Who's talking to you with every emotion that a human's capable of, celebrating it and not scared to use it to convey a message, either in a manner that's like comedically stealth, right? Or really direct, straight to the point, genuine. And I don't have a prompter and I don't have a microphone and a big set. I'm just a lone gunman. I started this. So you can go buy your gold and silver, and whatever you want to trade when the SHT. You know what I bought? I bought time for you. I bought time for you to wear this shirt. If I have I think it's more like, I'll be honest with you, I have this feeling that if suddenly 100 million people start walking around with this shirt, it's flooding streets, you would see something happen. And that would mean it's flat. I'm telling you, I have a visual in my head here since the beginning, where it's like everybody's walking around with this shirt, and I've dropped it. And I've had pretty bad operation to prevent people knowing how to get this shirt, or people feeling like they should wear this shirt, but they're going out on the street with just nothing, saying the earth is flat. You're gonna look crazy. This is a necessary instrument for, brain surgery at street level. You're gonna look crazy if you don't start this way. This is how you start. This gets stripped down and redressed for what it is. Then we go into, it's the only way, because this is what gives them their cocky attitude. Now it's taken. They're stripped. You see it in their eyes when I'm walking, I see it, it's just like, phew, phew. And then me looking at them, and then they know I just saw their eyes get it, and their eyes, and then they shame that, he saw me looking, me not knowing. I see it every day. It's the biggest wake-up weapon. And if there's millions of people walking around with this. Don't think about making me rich here. Think about like saving you time, saving the world from the globe and the people who run the globe, your global leaders and their global conflict and global conquest, global imperialism, global government, their global structure, their globe, their little fucking ball. It's not a box, it's a ball. They went from fucking pyramid to fucking ball to finally cube. Because the ball really is a cube. You're in a fucking cage. You got a cloud cage, and they're putting your mind in a fucking cage. And you're breathing in cage. So I bought all these shirts. I'm living in a warehouse. I sold 600. I sold not even 100. I'm crying more because I know I would shut down the establishment, or the establishment would have a fucking tantrum if everybody was just walking around with this question on this image. And it's like, maybe I never communicated it like directly, like that's what this is really about. It's just like, you just walk around like that and then just say, everything's gonna melt. All guards are gonna be down because we really gotta ask ourselves this question here. You know, if you want to still play on the fence like this is a poetic metaphor, no, it's like, it's just, that's the irony that it sounds like that. It really is that pathetic. And I think watching how many people flip out will also expose to you how this is a demonic possession of the mind and therefore the soul of many. And you haven't seen that yet. And in the last film I showed you how, you know, people are getting attacked and bit and punched and kicked for just questioning this. And I think it's fascinating that there's some people out there that really think they have the audacity to strike physically another human being who asks this question when that other person's never fucking seen this point of view and doesn't even know the math. Help me out here, please. Like, I've had to redo this I don't know how many times. I'm telling you, like, if we're all walking around with this shirt on, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good to see how the matrix starts to melt. And they're fucking with me on the internet. They're fucking with you, making you think that there's all these people that hate me, so if you wear this, you might get attacked. The people that are attacking you are not real people. You can't just go up to people saying, you're wrong, the earth is flat. They're laughing at you, dude. Bible says it's flat. You guys are on a ball. They're laughing at you. The dum-dums don't get it. It's really funny for them. And they don't even have any structure for their thing. Their thing's spinning. But it is funny for me too, because even I don't go to a gunfight with hand-to-hand combat. Like you go around and you're going, you're wrong, the earth is flat. And you don't have anything to take apart what they have, which is this, and it's so simple. Photo or painting. It's a photo. How'd you know? Oh my God. It's like, I wrote you a curriculum. I did it on stage. I got banned. I said, I'm gonna release it to the world. Buy some shirts, I'm letting you like enjoy this. I give you a tool, and you just boom, boom, and then they go online, and then they can look at the proofs and all the other wonderful work that I'm very grateful for everybody who's done something where it doesn't like hinge on, and now I'm gonna give you the crux of all these proofs that it's flat. We are in a big, huge pink jelly womb, or whatever you're thinking. When you go into that, and that's why I'm gonna bring you to the next thing, which is mesas, mountains, or tree stumps from big silicone glass trees. Cut them all down, folks. Been here for a while. There used to be giants, and it's flat. So it's, look, you got your work cut out for you. Just trying to get them to let go of a curving ocean, like oceans bend in these heads, in these minds. For these people, oceans bend like around a ball, all the way to that, spinning, not a drop. Can't feel it because of gravity. What's that? Gravity. What's that? It's what keeps things stuck to a ball. It's like circular reasoning. It's like a dog chasing its tail. I mean, come on. You know, it's like, there's a ball. How do you know? Because of gravity, and because of gravity, the Earth is a ball, and it's a ball because of gravity, and because of gravity, the Earth is a ball. It's like, okay. Can you prove it? At ground level, same thing. Like something that, you know, I can see it's being sucked towards it. That's magnetite. That's a magnet. That's a whole other system of energy flow. So, and that happens on a geostationary electromagnetic plane with a big, huge magnetite meteor deposit in the middle of a huge geothermal pond. These are words I've come up with that Robotham and the others didn't. And then you go in the enclosed system, which is very like, well, the government got involved in the flat earth? They sure did. It's called Truth Frequency Radio. Watch out for that shit. Where do they come from? I get donations. Yeah, from who? Yeah, who gives you the $10,000 check? Okay, so if you're going around the web, you're falling for people who are attacking me, it's because they don't want you to wear or start this way, which is how it all started. So we're right back at square one. You're stuck with the last show in town. The show that started the flat earth. And those who have a problem, well, you can address them as having a pissing contest with the biggest dick intelligence the world has ever known. And I know that pisses a lot of people off, and that's why I said it. And I do have a big cock. I have a huge cock. It gets worse. I have a huge cock as well. That's where I get my piss and vinegar from. So, huge fuck. Yeah, cuts mustard too. So, and I do this because they've been so arrogant and insulting against the beauty of God's nature for like centuries. So I am God's ego. I celebrate it. I execute it like I'm like basically the sharpness of my knife. So that's the way it is. If you want to help me, I've got like, I don't know, I just took $15,000, folks, and I'm ready to ship. Think I'm fucking around? I came up with this photo or painting on this image you thought was real and not a question. You think I'm fucking around? Fucking right, I'm fucking around. I am epic fucking around. Join me. Please. I dropped the price. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this.